Hi all, so in this first video we're just going to give a little brief introduction to the nature of chemistry. So it's often asked, why are people that are interested in allied health careers being asked to study chemistry? And the main reason is because chemistry is one of the foundational skills that's going to allow you to then move on and study topics like pharmacology and physiology and so forth. So it's really a prerequisite. It's also a great introduction to scientific thinking. So it's very important that we train ourselves to think in a scientific manner. So what is chemistry? Well, when I mention to people that I'm a chemistry professor, I have to be honest, and generally the response to people's experiences with chemistry is not necessarily positive. They tend to say things to me that chemistry is boring, they just don't really appreciate it, difficult, that they struggle with the content, that they really dislike it, that it's not fun for them to do chemistry, and sometimes they find that they have to take it more than once in order to get an acceptable grade. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that this isn't your experience, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. And I think, it's important to have realistic expectations. You're going to take a lot of classes during your college career, and not all of them are going to be amazing. Not all of them are you going to connect with in the same way. And not every professor that you take a class with are you going to connect with as well as what you do some others. So I think I'd just urge you to have a little bit of patience with yourself and the people that are instructing with you, and recognize that it's probably a bit unrealistic to think that every class is going to be amazing. Now, I'm going to do my best to make sure that your chemistry class isn't any of these things. But, if it's a bit of a chore, I just would encourage you to kind of be patient with yourself, hang in there, and, just have a positive attitude. So getting back on task and getting a little more serious, what we can say about chemistry is that chemistry is the scientific study of matter, the properties of that matter, and the transformations of that matter. So there's 4 key terms there, and we're going to pretty systematically investigate each of those 4 terms. So this slide kind of illustrates one of the reasons why people are asked to study chemistry. Chemistry is often referred to as the central science because it's concerned with matter, which is the physical material of the universe, which is, of great interest to people in technical disciplines. And then chemistry is, at the core of a lot of these disciplines. Now, something for you guys to be aware of, here is chemistry right here, and you might be interested in the stuff that is out here. So, or perhaps you're interested in physiology, which is kind of in there. So, or maybe food science if you're interested in nutrition and so forth. So you can see that, where we are right now in chemistry, that's at the core of those topics, but there's a little way to go before you get to the really cool stuff, right? You've got to kind of go through some prerequisites. So again, please be patient, please be kind to yourself, be, and kind to your instructors. It's going to take a little while for us to get to the stuff that perhaps is ultimately of interest to you. So most people that are taking technical classes, who are taking what we often refer to as STEM or health sciences classes, will need to take some form of chemistry. Now, what do chemists study? Well, chemists study matter, the properties of that matter, and its transformations. And they do this at a variety of different levels. We study at the macroscopic level. That's the level that you can see with your eyes, that you can feel, that you can touch, just things that you can interpret through your senses. So we're going to be doing a lot of that. We're just going to be looking at stuff and observing what's occurring and making chemical conclusions as a result of that. We also look at the microscopic level, or the microscopic domain, where we're looking at what we call atoms, molecules, subatomic particles, things that are too small to see without instrumentation. And then we're going to look at things that are not physical objects at all, what we call the symbolic domain, which is where we're going to be working with math and chemical symbols and chemical diagrams to explore the natural world. So chemists have to learn to work in all three of these domains, and not just chemists have to learn to work in all three of these domains. Anybody that's kind of doing technical stuff ultimately is going to be working across all of these three domains. So it's kind of very interesting. Chemistry will study things that are very, very large, like galaxies, down to things that are very, very small, like subatomic particles. So it's kind of fun. Okay, so that's this short little video concluded. There's a series of 4 videos for Chapter 1. If you have any questions about the content, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you. Bye.